podcast.
But it is.
What kind of podcast is it?
It's a D&D podcast, and as such,
my god!
we should get to playing this evening.
That game's for nerds.
Let's do it.
Well, regardless...
Oh my god,
You
Jen.
noticed. You married a nerd.
Another 12.
Oh my god, fucking
Whoa.
hell.
I'm rolling nothing but 12s tonight, guys.
Were you
Take it.
accusing you?
Take it.
Marrying a nerd.
Oh god.
Like she just realised now. But now she's stuck in this room with us playing D&D.
Anthony,
Last week...
come on, Dad. Let's go.
Stop.
Alright, let's go.
I almost died.
Last week,
Yes.
you made your way under the Caer to find what can only be described as body storage. I mean, it looks
Body
like a lot of corpses have been dumped under here in the icy cistern. Eventually, you made your way into a small enclave, one of which had a rat that had a nice talking to from Sveta, and then the opposite of that, there was some sort of crudely made statue that seemed to be in the way of a sort of brown mold. And when you got close to it, it expanded out and seemed to draw your heat away from you.
Oh my god, that brown mold is a brown mold!
I can say it now.
It was a Brungus one.
It was the Brungus. Yeah, that's what we're calling it.
My new favourite monster, the Brungus.
It's not really, yeah, that's the thing. It's not really a monster.
It's a trap.
It's a trap is probably the best thing I could say.
Fart
the Brungus
mold.
nearly kill Carnelian?
Yeah.
Nearly outright, wasn't it?
Is it? Well,
It was
if
intense.
it would have hit me twice without any healing, then chances are I would have been instantly killed.
Yeah, we were going through the massive damage rules for that.
Massive Brungus.
Massive Brungus.
But what I can say is with the Brungus out of the way and you have pulled yourself back,
Is it out of the way?
well,
It's
We're
attached
out
to
of
the
its
wall.
yeah.
We're
it-
out of its way.
True.
You've pulled yourself away from the wall, and I think now knowing what it does and its sort of capabilities, I'm going to say at this point you can avoid it enough to just sort of... does anyone have, I think Carnelian did a nature check last time and found that it had a weakness to
Ice.
If any of you guys have a way of doing that, that would deal with this. Otherwise, you're just going to have to try and...
The only thought I had was if the... sorry to bring up the boat again, but does the boat have a bucket in it?
Yeah, I think that's probably not unreasonable to say.
Are you weaponizing the Brungus?
No. Carnelian will, of course, however, profusely thank the cleric for saving this one's life. He is most shocked, and he's a little upset that he didn't notice it sooner. This is something that he has come across before, and he's kicking himself for almost falling victim to it.
Oh, don't stress.
I will say, I can see what you're planning to do, and I think that you will find that's pretty effective. I'll let you do that.
Carnelian will head over to the boat that is moored by the... I don't know, alcove?
Yeah, it's just pulled up.
And he will reach in for presumably a bucket, as most boats tend to have.
Yeah, you can find some kind of bailing bucket.
And he will use that to scoop up a decent amount of the presumably very cold water from the cistern, and then return back to the other room and toss the bucket of cold water
Dump it.
the Brungus.
Yep, so, and as you do, you just sort of dump that icy cold water all over it. As it tries to expand as you're getting closer, you can almost see it reaching out to you, but as soon as the icy cold water hits it, it just shrivels and backs away. The Brungus is no longer a threat.
Yes!
That's impressive, Carnelian.
Good thinking.
Good thinking, yes.
You've been down a few dungeons, I would assume.
No, well, Carnelian's been in a lot of caves, a lot of cold caves, and it's not too common, but it's something that kobolds this far north have to deal with a lot.
So you've seen a Brungus before?
I don't remember calling it that specifically, but...
No. A voice in my head said it was called a Brungus.
I heard that too.
You should listen to that voice.
Definitely
It seems
a Brungus.
insightful.
He tells me things.
Oh, I'll turn off the
Are you
bonfire
sure
as well, by the way.
Are you sure that's not like a side effect of, praying to a god?
Maybe. Maybe it's working.
Kellenvor has enlightened you of the Brungus.
Maybe so.
Or maybe it was something about Carnelian screaming out what it can do as it was trying to kill him. May have also done it as well.
Yeah.
So what you can see you're now standing in this room with a crudely made statue, and you see there's 2 alcoves that lead off to the west and the east, and probably as you actually get your bearings around this room, you can see one of them appears to be somewhat occupied.
Which one? To our left? To our right?
Spinning
Facing
around to your
towards
right.
the statue.
Yeah, to your right, facing towards the statue.
Okay.
You can see maybe the flickering light of a candle.
I'll creep forward.
That was to our right, not to the right on the map.
No, yeah, the other one.
So you mean west?
Oh,
looking
facing
at
the
map?
statue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
As the character's face.
I'm still
to the
learning.
right.
Woden holds up his hands and makes the 2 L's to work out.
Oh, other right.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
There appears to be a light. Take care.
Hello? Hello?
Drop the bucket, and Carnelian will ready his weapon.
Okay.
Already a salve.
Yeah, I've still
So-
got
With
beef
the,
clip
with
out.
the lid
I'll
off.
get you guys to just follow Woden if you intend to do so. Just stop right there.
I've got my quarterstaff and shield out.
Okay.
Oh, shield. Good idea.
Can you wield a shield?
He's got a versatile hammer.
Maybe.
Oh, great.
Pretty sure hexblades do get shield proficiency.
do. This room is the private quarters of an albino tiefling who sits at a small desk in the dark, writing in a book with white leather covers. An ink-black crow perches on one of her horns and seems to read along with her scrivening. Without taking her eyes off the page, she says to you, "Get out."
Hello?
She's doesn't even look up from what she's doing. She's got a quill in hand. And, "Did you not hear me? Please leave me alone."
What are you doing in here? Is that a raven? And I'll take one more step into the room.
Yes, that's Skelm. My
Strong name, I
Familiar.
like it.
She finally closes the book that she was writing in and sighs. "I suppose I can't get privacy anywhere." And she looks up. You can see sort of her really pale alabaster skin and red eyes that's coming from her condition. She looks over to all of you and sort of tilts her head and regards you all. I would have thought different. Anyway,
You're an albino, aren't you?
she looks over at you, is like, "Yes, get your jokes out of the way now, and then we won't have to deal with them later."
No, I didn't mean it like that. I feel sorry for you. Where I come from, they're pursued, and they have to live in solitude.
"Yes, much like I'm trying to do right now, in fact. But it seems that I have 4 visitors that don't know when to leave."
Well, perhaps we can be of use. Perhaps you can be of use to us.
And she sort of turns back in her chair and just lays that one arm over the backrest of it. And she's sort of looking at you, that's sort of in the entrance of the hall. It's like, "Yes, I think maybe you'll be useful. Apparently. But not right now. No, it's too soon."
Are you implying that we will be seeing you again?
"Oh, I think so. But, yes." And she sort of looks down a bit, and you can see her lips moving ever so slightly. And then she shakes her head. "Yes, too soon. Perhaps we should meet up at another time. It appears that this place is no longer useful to me." And she stands up from the chair she's got. You can see leaning against sort of the side of the desk that she's writing on, there's a staff, which she picks up, and she has the book that's already closed, and she stows it into one of her robe pockets. She's got this very heavy, fluffy robe, and the crow, now that was perched on her horn, sort of hops along and is now sitting on her shoulder. If you will, I think it's time for me to leave, then, if you won't go away.
Excuse me. Are you in the cult?
Carnelian, you can't just ask someone if they're in a cult. It's very rude.
And she just sort of laughs, like, oh, those idiots. Well, no, I'm not with the cult. In any case...
Did they know that you were down here?
Yes. They usually leave me alone, which is probably for the best.
Do you know about the captives?
Yes, I think they're in a room somewhere here. They seem to have shoved them on a closed door. I believe you'll find the mechanism to open it in the opposite alcove from here.
Thank you. Your name?
Oh, asking my name.
I'm Horatio.
Excellent. Yes, I know. My name is Avarice. That's all. No last name.
It's kind of like me. Just Woden. One word. Really cool. I like it.
Yes, I chose to forego my last name. I feel that maybe you're doing it for some sort of style points. Any case, and she nods at Carnelian and nods at Sveta. Carnelian, Sveta, I must really be going right now. Please,
No.
step aside.
How did you know our name?
Someone did kind of scream out Carnelian's name earlier, maybe a couple of minutes ago when he got attacked by the mold. I don't know how she knows your name, though.
I prefer that she didn't. Have I sold you a bowl or anything?
It's not really that important at this stage. What's important is that you continue. I believe there is much for you to discover still. Much for you to learn, and I can't be holding your hand. Please, I will ask one more time. Step aside.
Just quickly, because it's been less than 10 minutes since I talked to the rat. Can I just quickly grow a beak and just say, what's the bird's name again?
Skelm.
Is your name really Skilm?
Yes, I'm Skelm.
Oh, nice to meet you.
And then she turns, and then Avarice sort of looks at you and goes, you can talk to me. He tells me everything that he hears.
Oh, I just wanted to know if that was actually his name. It was
Of course
very
it
cute.
is. Why would I give him any other name other than the one that he has?
I didn't mean to offend.
No, that's fine. People rarely understand. Now, please, I would like to leave, if it's all was well with you.
Sure.
Okay. And as you step out of the way, she gives you all a curt nod and starts walking away.
I suppose we'll see you soon, Avarice.
Yes, I think so. Very soon. And you
Bye.
see her just, walk up to the edge of the water. She says some words under her breath, and then just starts walking across the water.
Oh man, did you see that? Did you guys see her?
Remarkable.
She just walked on the water.
She's a wizard.
That was really cool.
She could be Druid.
We'll see you at level 3.
I doubt it.
I'm just gonna, grab Brayden's clothes. I
Huh?
thought your last name was Crowhurst.
Oh yeah, it is. Yes.
This is bizarre. Why would you lie about your last name not being there?
He wants the style points.
Yeah, style points.
Don't understand, but okay.
I believe he was trying to impress.
Oh, you want to mate with her?
Well, nah.
No?
Did you see her weird eyes? They were red. They're bright red. Scary.
Just gonna point out that Carnelian's eyes are the exact same.
He doesn't see that low down.
Oh god! I check Horatio's eyes. Are they red?
No, they're hazel.
Oh, thank god.
Oh, the worst colour.
Can't decide.
The sign of the, the sign of the beast.
Horatio just laughs.
What do you guys want to do?
Go examine the other room.
Okay.
Yes, she mentioned a mechanism.
She did, and as you head to the opposite room, you can see a room that's relatively bare and unlit, but it has an iron lever that protrudes from an iron plate embedded in the north wall.
Hey, Woden, why don't you give that lever a pull?
That seems really obvious, and I pull the lever.
And I'll listen out for a noise of
And then
opening.
rocks fall from the ceiling.
Rocks fall, you all die.
Hey guys, is there a dot in my neck? Oh,
Got a fucking dart in your neck, man.
The lever is stiff, like it rarely gets used, but with a little bit of
Aw.
effort, you're able to pull your weight into it and pull down the lever. And you can hear the sound of something mechanical from the cistern.
It has been a while if you can hear creaking.
See a doctor.
Is that what's written in the book? Is that how they describe the lever in the book?
What, like a... No.
Like stiff and like it's never been used.
I didn't say never been used, rarely.
Rarely, sorry.
You really have to keep your mind out of the gutter.
This fall.
You're not
never
making
been
it easy.
I mean, it's D&D.
just a lever.
You hear a mechanical sound from the other room. They're from the cistern, in fact.
Okay.
I think the sluice gate has opened.
Sister's gate is open.
Oh, good.
I need
Oh,
a
good
toilet.
check.
Oh, right, now we have to deal with more of that boat that can only hold 2 people.
Oh no.
Well,
I trust our fearless
Do we have another,
dungeon master.
do we have any more rope?
We've got two.
we have-
We've
I'm
got
pretty sure
100
we have
meters
heaps
of
of
rope already.
So I'm going to say it's pretty... Like, you can do a bit of ferrying across, and I'm just going to move you guys to the appropriate level. I think it's
Do
pretty
we find them?
easy. Well, let's find out. Where would you like to go? So Sven is sort of in this opening. You can see now the from this side
Wait for me.
Whoa.
the sluice door that was closed is now open.
Woo.
And you can now more easily move between this part of the cistern. Do you all want to head to the other side?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me move you so it's a little bit easier.
This is under the
just-
assumption we make two.
Yeah, I'm just going to make the assumption that you've...
Yeah.
that
Just before I get in the boat,
Expediency.
as I'm like leaning down to get in the boat, I just kind of like put my foot on top of the water, and you just see me press it in a little bit. And as soon as my shoe starts to get wet, I just pull it out again. I can't do it. Can't do it like she could.
And I'll put my hand on Woden's shoulder and say, "Don't worry, friend. I don't think many people can."
Okay, so... just give me a second. Is there anything you're doing as you're heading to this one? Just sort of just taking the ferry?
Yeah, just on
across?
an active lookout, just in case some other cultists are here.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if the dead bodies from earlier in the chamber, if they go the whole way down.
All right.
Oh,
So you
yeah.
can see here there's another... Sorry, what was that again?
You know how there was like dead bodies under the water at the start of the chamber? I just want to check if they like continue all the way down the chamber or just at the
They
start.
pretty much stop at where this sluice gate or this big slab is that would have blocked off this area. You see it's mostly in the middle cistern. When you get into this new area, you don't see any other bodies that are under the water.
Good.
Shall we?
Taller people first.
All right. So just stop there.
Okay.
So move you back. Is everyone just following?
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
getting out
you.
the boat.
Okay.
Oh, get off me!
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. I meant to get me.
Okay. So, no, you move back a little
Excuse
bit.
me. Sorry. What was that? Sorry.
It's something that
Excuse
happens.
me.
So
Sorry.
as Sveta walks into this room first, that's what happens.
Oh no.
Rocks full.
It comes out of either side in the darkness.
Darts. Rocks. People.
Grew.
It looks
Oh my
like
God, Brungus.
It looks like from the corners of the room, reaching hands come out to grab you.
Oh, what the fuck?
Do I have a
No
moment
touch.
to try and grab her?
Yes. So let me just open this up here. Some tokens.
Are these... Just while you're doing that, are these like ghostly hands or like physical people hands?
Let's find out.
I don't want to be touched.
Well, let's find out if you do get touched. They all go out to grab you. What's your armor?
So much.
Too much for these little
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to
hands.
handle just
Too
how
higher
much.
than it was last time.
Yep.
You still wielding?
Still wielding?
She wielding? She shielding?
Okay, so that's a 10. So the reaching hands just from the darkness try and grab onto you, and you see that like a couple of people almost try and pounce out, but you're able to step backwards as they reach forward, and they like just limply seem to just fall over themselves trying to get you. And when they do, and they realize they haven't been able to be successful, you see them scatter to the corners of the room.
I like just step back.
Step back, and I'll grab her. I'll pull her back. Just out of character,
Yeah.
I just had a nice little reminder of how many hit points I'm on, and it's not many.
Oh,
So it's probably best not to fight. I'm actually quite injured. Perhaps we could, go back in time and
Let's let's not. I'm cool with this.
do you say that in person as well?
I'm drifting.
We
I'm
could-
that low on health. I'm drifting.
Do you look?
On a
How-
scale of
how
1 to
bloody?
15, I'm at a 3.
I was looking a little
quite bloody.
faint.
Yeah, I
Pale.
didn't act that bit out.
It's like when like Horatio grabs me and like I turn around and just see how sickly he looks.
He looks like he's in a lot of pain.
But I didn't act it out, so you
No.
wouldn't have known.
No, okay.
I think it's okay for this moment. What you can see in this room, and very clearly that a group of people tried to jump you as you entered this room. But now that you see them all scattered and cowering in the corners, what you see are very, very malnourished people that are not wearing any sort of heavy armors or clothing. They're just wearing rags.
It's them.
I just immediately get my rations and just like hand it out, like without thinking. I just need to feed these people.
Do you just sort of like hand it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I got 1 ration. Oh no, I got 5.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I have 10 rations.
One of the
Sorry.
One of the 5 people that you can see looks like it's an elderly man, maybe somewhere in his 60s, with sort of wisps of white hair that's like only like on his bald head, and then he's got just sort of very that sort of classic sides that go around, and you can see him as he sort of sees what you're doing. He's like, "I think, are you here to help us? Oh, gods, we've been stuck here for weeks." Oh, it's okay, everyone. I don't think it's them. And then you sort of hear a general rattling back and forth.
We're here, everybody. Woden is here to save you.
Yes, and the man with the salves.
And others. And the gang. Woden and the gang.
Alright.
Carnelian is going to like move and not enter the room just yet.
Okay.
I'm in there. Can I do a quick scan of the room and see who's the most severely wounded?
Yeah, do me a medicine check.
I'm a medicine man.
Can I give him assistance because I'm also handing out rations?
Yeah. Roll
I
with
have
advantage.
advantage.
Yeah.
24.
They're all severely malnourished in your opinion. Like almost to the point of exhaustion and just right on the edge. You think that this attempt that they made to try and grab the nearest person was maybe a last-ditch effort for whatever they were trying to do.
But so they're all severely malnourished. I'd know that for sure. No injuries? No injuries?
Yeah, I mean, if you take a look at them over, so I'm going to assume that there's a bit of time here where you're all sort of like, so Svet is handing out some rations to everyone, and you see
I'm doing
a couple of
physicals.
people grateful. Horatio is getting everyone to sort of let him see, and you can see there are wounds that look like they're not fresh, they're old, maybe a week or 2 old. But they haven't been treated really more than like you can with like maybe a rag's been covered over it. Yeah, it looks a lot like that they've just been surviving.
Okay.
You know?
I don't have a lot, but please let me at least clean your wounds for you.
Oh, thank you. I thought we would die down here.
Who brought you down here?
Another man who's sort of in the corner. He's very, very tall and skeletally thin. Stands up and he sort of draws himself up. It looks like he's got some sort of like a bit of panache about him. He's like, 2 weeks ago, the Caer was attacked. Looks like the guards were insufficient to protect all of us, and well, after a short fight, we were thrown down here to rot.
What a horrible fate. You seem to give an aura of seniority.
Oh,
Who might you be?
look, my name is Albrecht. nor Brav, you may call me. And this is my wife. And there's a stout, sort of somewhat shortish, maybe a little bit. If she wasn't so malnourished, you would have thought of her a little bit chubby. But she sort of gives you a bit of a nod. Like, oh, aye, yes. This is my husband, Epic. My name is Milebra.
A pleasure.
Yes, and you've already met Lanthus, the speaker's assistant, actually, his notary, his scribe. My husband's the butler here, and I'm, at best, what you can call a translator, actually.
I see, well. Here we've got Horatio, that's me, we've got Carnelian, we've got Sveta, we've got Woden.
Oh, excellent. Well, I should introduce you to the rest. That's Tam Shaft there in the corner. Pay them no mind. They're mute, you see. Looks like he was someone running from Luskan, I believe. And then there's Dacia there. She's a little bit shy, but the dog keeper of the place.
Oh, another dog keeper.
Oh. There's another one upstairs, is there? Is it one of the murderous cultists?
A very frightened-looking little boy. Didn't look very culty.
Oh, thank God. Is it safe up there?
Well, yes. As far as we can tell, it's mostly safe.
Oh, and then Lanthus speaks up again. Well, I suppose now is as good a time as any. Can we get out of here? I think we're strong enough to walk.
Perhaps give us a little more time to ensure that the castle is cleared.
And you see, like, when he sort of the thought of staying here, he gets this kind of like desperate look in his eyes, like, please don't leave us down here. I don't know if we can take it anymore.
Horatio, I'll say it more like quietly. I think we need to let these people out. Even if there's people up here, we can't keep them down here any longer.
Yes, well, I agree.
It's too cold.
Yes, I think you're right.
And you do see, at Woden's mention of it being somewhat cold, from your check, the start of frostbite might be setting in on some of their extremities as well.
Very well. Shall we escort them out?
Yes, absolutely.
Perhaps leave them, just at the top of the ladder. We can finish our clearance of the castle, I suppose.
Okay. I'm going to say, just to move along really quickly, you can quite easily ferry them across. So you're just heading out and getting them across to the landing?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe back up to the room, this circular room in the bottom of the tower.
Yep. So they start to exit, and they see, as they exit, a small kobold standing off to the side. Ah! Oh, it's just a kobold. Oh, you frightened us.
It's Carnelian. He's with us.
And they sort of go, oh, I didn't... Can they speak?
This one speaks common well enough.
Oh, Lord, it speaks our language.
Ah!
I always thought they were monsters. Well, nice to meet you. I'm going to move you guys all out of here. Move you guys back to where you were.
Whoa!
Whee!
Zoom.
Whee!
We're all in the elevator.
Are there any children
Well, there we go.
in the party, did you say?
No, there's no young in the party. It's all... it looks like it's everyone sort of over the age of maybe 20, 30 or so.
They're all adults.
Yeah.
You don't want to see some messed up things, maybe cover your eyes when you come out of the ladder. We did some good work in here.
Can I start just dragging bodies to a certain side of the room?
You can start piling up some bodies. That's okay. Okay.
I'm a pro at it.
So, all of you are... I'm going to say you can sort of get them to start warming, like, whatever you can. They're sort of huddled together, and they let you... You've said that you wanted to clear out the rest of the castle, so we'll wait here until you're ready, but don't take too long. If any of them come back, I don't think we would survive.
No, stay here, and we will clear the castle, and we will come back. You have my word.
Okay. What I'm going to do, just to keep this moving, is maybe tell me where you want to go, and I can tell you more about it.
I was thinking more like we went from like the gatehouse over to the west side. Maybe we could follow the wall back to the eastmost point on the wall. Mm-hmm. Or actually, wait, if we go up, does it continue all the way around, or is it just shaped
No,
like a face?
this sort of, it's just sort of the walls sort of extend just around this kind of face.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can just go back around to the other one, and then once we've checked that one, we can head back to the keep.
Is that what you guys want to do?
And gather the speaker.
Okay. I'm going to say that you do a walk of the walls, very cautiously going to the very furthest point from where you are, and you can see there's nobody here.
I cast wall walking.
The wall walking spell is effective in this particular case. So you go up and down all of the different towers, very carefully trying to see. And what you see is maybe you can see rooms that had maybe recently had people, but it looks like they were abandoned in haste. You head inside, and what you do find inside is the only rooms that you didn't explore were there was a kitchen, which currently has a chef and the tiefling servant that you met before. You then go to the opposite rooms, and you can see what looks like probably an office, like a waiting room and then an office. And again, looks like it's been hastily abandoned very recently. There's papers that were probably previously neatly organized scattered across the floor. Doing another check for the rest of it, into rooms that you'd already been, there's nobody else. It looks like the castle is now empty of the cultists, as far as you can tell.
Do we get the impression that the kitchen staff were prisoners as well, or...?
It looks like. If you sort of stop to talk to them and at any length of time, it becomes pretty clear, like, they don't have shards, like shard necklaces around their necks. They don't carry themselves in the same sort of way with any kind of confidence. And if you ask them, like, have they seen anyone, they just say they haven't seen anyone recently now. Not since you guys arrived. They haven't really seen anyone.
You're free now. The castle is clear.
Did all the cultists just up and leave? Maybe we killed too many of them.
Perhaps
Yeah, they heard
Caer
we were
took
coming.
them somewhere.
Maybe they all left after Ethel died?
She was very loud about it.
They heard the screams. Oh yeah, did we end up finding the other guy? Other one? Kadroth?
We
No.
never found the other leader.
No, you
Coward.
did not.
We should perhaps go fetch the speaker and then leave.
Yeah.
Yes, let's.
Yeah.
I think we've spent too long in this place.
You head back up to the burned library where you left the speaker, and
That's right.
After-
Locked himself in.
after knocking on the door, saying 4 different secret passwords and spending 10 minutes to unbarricade, the speaker lets you in. Is it safe? Have you cleared the whole Caer?
Kadroth got away? Probably? Maybe?
No, we haven't seen him anywhere.
Which probably means he got away.
The rest are dead.
He sort of nods. Okay. What of the rest of the servants?
How many? We found 5?
Severely malnourished, but
Alive.
they'll live.
Can't say the same for your guards, though.
Yes, clearly. We need to raise the town militia. Okay, if it's clear, let's go. And so he...
Probably want to collect the chef, the maid, and the boy,
Translator.
and our dogs.
Bring the boy.
So,
Oh, where are we going?
so the speaker, as you ask that question, sort of strides out ahead of you and it's like, well, what should have been done in the first place? We're going to raise the town militia. But looks like they were waiting for me to make a call. So, come with me. If we go down the hill and we can raise a few of them.
Well, we found a lot of dead bodies in the water downstairs.
Yes, my guards, I suspect. But fortunately, that's not the entire town militia.
Oh, good.
Just the guards that are here. I think we could rouse up a few of them. And he's like sort of walking and talking as you sort of try to keep up.
Is there supposed to be food in the Undercroft?
The Undercroft?
Like the underground area where we just went.
Well, we used it for some sort of storage. You'd have to ask the servants, but most of the food, I would imagine, is in the kitchens. And he's just not even breaking. He's like power walking now towards the door. It is
We're
following.
going.
Just as long as we go collect all the other people
Yeah,
on the way out.
As you head down the stairs, you can see people are sort of peeking out from the kitchens, and out from, he gets you to collect anyone else that's strayed behind. And all of you, now that the gates are open, have a clear run to the outside. I'm going to move us forward a little bit. It takes maybe an hour to rouse the rest of the militia from the town, but once they do, you return with force, essentially, maybe 25 odd people. As you return, the gates don't look like they've changed, and they start essentially scouring the castle. But after some time, the speaker leaves sets some people for being guards, and starts reorganizing and cleaning up what had happened previously. The servants that were malnourished are able to sit down and recover, and some of the food that was being made is now being served to them. It looks like now that we're at this castle, or this Caer, is in recovery.
Carnelian will provide song, which is healing.
Nice.
Oh, this sounds good. This sounds really healthy.
It's a very healthy music.
That's a fresh beat.
How much healing does it provide?
It just lets people heal more when they use when they rest, when they roll to recover hit dice on a short rest. They recover more.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
And in that on that note, if anyone wants to take a short rest, they are able to at this stage.
Yes,
Please.
Woo! Please. I'm begging you.
In fact, it looks like the danger is mostly past. People are now, guards are now, or militia, I should say, are working towards getting the castle back up and running. You can see a few of them are having trouble with a stuck gear where the door was being stuck open, but they managed to free it after maybe 2 hours.
Sorry, Zimmer, what was the bonus that gets applied to our healing from your Song of Rest?
That would be, I believe it is currently a D6.
Oh, whoa.
Yep. So you regain an extra 1d6 hit points. So that's not per hit die you spend. That's just on top of whatever you're recovering.
Yeah, still all right.
It's better than nothing.
Oh, yeah, I reckon. I'm going to do that first. Yeah, I'll take that.
I think it's a bit of misdesigned space that more classes don't have, bonuses that they provide to the party on a short rest.
It really is a very
Should I
party
sell
domain, though.
It is.
So what would you guys like to do? You don't really have... You can help out with some of the castle cleanup if you like, or you can sit back after a job well done. Essentially, people are thanking you, especially the servants that you freed from underneath the Caer.
Carnelian will do what he does best and focus on morale.
Yep.
And also, staying out of actually talking to people so that he can use music to enjoy himself to the humans.
It seems that now that you're playing music and you're useful, people are accepting you.
Oh.
Horatio, is there anything you'd like to do while this happens?
Just enjoy the music, I suppose. Do a quick salve check.
Okay.
See how the supplies go.
See how the supplies going. Sveta?
I'll sit beside, I assume you're sitting down. I'll sit beside
Yes.
Horatio and just, kick my legs up on the table and bring out my whittling kit and just whittle and listen to Carnelian.
And finally, Woden, is there anything special you'd like to do?
I'm going to walk around and be showing all the militia the amulets, and, if you see anyone with these, you got to get them. Maybe give him one of these, and I'll demonstrate a karate move, and then I'll be and then you got to always go for the neck like this. I'll do another one, and
You chop one of the guards in the neck and they just fall down instantly. Ah! My lord, you've killed him!
Carnelian calls this song, Next Time You See a Kobold, Remember One Saved Your Life.
Very pointed song titles that Carnelian has. So Woden's sort of giving the guards a bit of a rundown of the cultists, maybe their capabilities and things like that. It was morning when you guys came into town. Pretty early morning you set out, and
Perpetual morning?
perpetual morning. By now, we've moved into
/
perpetual dusk. It's obviously past the midpoint of the day. And the castle at least looks somewhat up and running. You've seen now the speaker's disappeared into what was clearly his office, where all the papers were scattered around. if you're just waiting for an hour or two, you'll get called into his office.
It would be rude to refuse at this point.
I think so. We might learn something of use.
You're brought into, his office, a very stylish oak desk.
Very obviously knock before entering.
Something polite.
We're coming in now. Knock, knock.
You give a firm knock, and he asks that you enter.
Are you sure? We're coming in now.
Yes, you can come in.
Everybody got their pants on?
Yes.
All right.
He just seems exasperated. You all file in. There's a couple of chairs that have been arranged for you to sit on, and he's sitting behind a somewhat stylish oak desk. The papers now seem more in order and organised. It looks like there's a few things that he has started writing. Please sit. I can't thank you. Oh, sorry.
I take a seat.
Take a seat. Everyone takes a seat.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Carnelian will stand on the chair so as to be seen.
Ah, yes. Perfect height. Okay. I can't thank you enough for what you've done. It appears that what I thought that you were here possibly as a rescue from the council doesn't look like that's the case, is it?
We're honestly just delivering mead, but we're just that good at adventuring that we saved a castle.
As you say, we're just here to deliver mead, you see his neck, his head just swivel and just looks straight at you and goes, "Mead, you say? A delivery for here?"
Yep. But we'll deliver it to the tavern, not here. We'll give it to the other guy.
Roll a deception check.
Oh my god.
That's not bad.
I can't believe he made the same mistake. Actually, I can believe he made the same mistake twice.
Deception, you say?
Deception.
Oh, that's a dirty 20.
He looks at you long and hard for a moment and sort of steeples his fingers and looks over it. Well, if that's the case, I really do hope so. But it would be rude, I suppose, to otherwise ask any further assistance from our saviors. All I say is that my town it's been struggling for some time. Deliveries have not been frequent, and, well, the morale of the town has taken a big hit. So I hope that before you move on to any other deliveries, that you do deliver here.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely will do that.
Where are you heading next?
To the next Caer.
And he sort of sits back in his chair. Caer. Yes?
That's right, yes.
May I make a formal request then, if that is the case?
Sure.
Please. I would like it if you would deliver all your mead here. Good mead, of course, will be fully compensated. It will be your decision, but Caer doesn't need any such deliveries. They seem to have their own supply.
I roll an insight check.
Sure can.
I was going to think of a creative way to say that. Yeah, you appear to be truthful and forthcoming.
Insight checks.
That is a non-natural 20 on Carnelian.
Boom! Oh, a bloody boom!
It's 19.
Oh, not bad.
Oh, everybody
Not
knows.
bad, Dad.
20, 19.
19.
19.
I don't need to roll, do I? If everyone's got
You don't have to if you don't want to.
We're seeing right through this son of a bitch.
So everyone that made their inside checks, you all think about the same thing. He's not being dishonest or anything like that. You don't think
So
that
maybe I will roll.
Just be part of the party.
Yeah.
you don't see any ulterior motives that he could be angry for. There's maybe a twinge of desperation in his voice.
What's his name again?
Siva?
We'd know
Siva.
this, wouldn't we?
Siva, yes.
Siva, what makes you say that?
Well, don't know if anyone's been to Caer recently, but I'll just say that their taverns don't seem to be empty.
Do you suspect that perhaps they're receiving supply from another source?
I do believe that is the case, yes. I don't think it's mead from good mead. I think that you would know. I think it's ale from elsewhere.
Are you suggesting a scandal?
No, just competition. and supply that is not coming this way, which is very unfortunate for us. I won't pressure you. Obviously, you've got your delivery to make, and I will make very clear to the guards that they are not to mess with your product. But please consider, delivery to the town at this point would be a big boost to our morale right now.
Seaver, if you'll excuse me, I just need a moment with the team.
Team huddle.
As you wish. I have nothing really else to offer you. Please, take advantage of my castle as if it were your home, and if you need to rest here on any future nights, you are, of course, my guests.
Is the kitchen well stocked?
With trout, yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's delicious.
Probably be better than the chowder.
I hope so.
If you wish some time, please discuss and come back to me.
Group huddle.
Group huddle.
Group huddle.
See, you can all, go to the next waiting room that's just to...
No, we're going to wait for him
meters
to
away.
leave this room.
leave his study. Oh, you want me to leave? Okay, let me just pick up some papers here and I'll just need a quill.
Leave that.
Hey, wait a minute. Why am I leaving my own office?
Tricked you.
You wily little shifter.
Shut up.
Bring it tight.
Alright, so we're going to the other room.
I mean, he's obviously bullshitting,
Oh.
but,
I wouldn't say that. I was in Caer not that long ago. It did seem quite bountiful there. There was a lot of food. I did have an ale there.
That's intriguing. This place is desperate. Why would they be doing so well?
Canadian thinks that perhaps if they're willing to compensate good meat, there's no reason why we couldn't make the delivery here first.
I'm of
As
the
long
line.
as compensation is made, I'm sure the speaker would not be remiss.
I agree.
I agree, yes.
He definitely did seem truthful about what he was saying.
Wait, did the speaker say how he knew there was food up there?
Not really.
How did he know? He was a prisoner.
I mean, he's still a speaker. He still has resources. You'd imagine he'd have people who go to the other
Yeah, but no,
towns.
no one has seen him for a very long time. I don't know how he got that information. I do
Least a
still
couple
believe
weeks,
him,
yeah.
though. There
Yeah,
is food up in Caer.
Are you suggesting the speaker is part of the cult?
No.
We probably would have seen one of
I
the...
think
would
the
have
speaker
had-
is a part of the
We
cult.
probably would have seen one of the necklaces on him.
I don't think so.
Oh!
I'm not so
Warden
sure.
instantly jumping to conclusions.
We also need to ask the speaker about that wizard. The
The
albino tiefling.
Yes.
How did I forget about her?
But of the
I was
mead,
going to call it
should we...
Avarice.
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 Yeah.
The
Sorry.
mead, should we give them all of it? Should we give them a large portion of it?
How many barrels did we have?
It's not a massive delivery, but it is... What did I say? I think I said maybe 6 small barrels? Or maybe
I think
5
it
or
was
6?
more. I think it was.
Was it more than that?
I think it was more like because we had it's like a 10-foot long.
Yeah, it's a long sled. So, I mean...
Maybe it was 6 barrels.
And number 6 barrel. Okay,
Maybe.
like kegs though. Right?
Yeah, pretty sizable. They're not full-size big barrels, but they're almost like mini kegs maybe. If you delivered them, it would probably last them maybe a week if they rationed it out or 2. Just something to get them going, really. Get some sort of delivery out here.
How do we feel about giving them all to here? Should we keep any for the next
mean,
destination?
We could just go back to Goodmead, give them the money from this Caer, and then say that they made a good deal and offer to do the next delivery for them as well.
Start a business.
Yeah, clear bandits from the roads.
Or we say we were mugged. We keep the money from the compensation from this town. We go get more mead, and we sell that to Caer.
Why are you lying all the time?
I don't know. These words are just coming out of my mouth.
What is going on with you?
I don't know.
So many
Am I
lies,
evil?
so many
From Luskin like
tattletales.
No.
No, I'm just joking.
There was a runaway from Luskin. Do you know about them?
No, I don't know that guy.
You going to arrest him? I don't know what his accent is. Because you're part of police over there, right?
Oh, no, I wasn't.
What do you? You're a little club.
Oh, the guild.
You?
Yeah, well, we're an adventuring guild, not the police,
Oh.
but yeah, we just do cool things, you know.
Pretty cool to get that runaway.
That would be cool. But he was a mute. He probably...
Had not much to say.
Yeah, he probably wasn't...
Oh my god!
He probably just left.
Well, probably.
So it is a viable option to keep a little bit back and head to the next Caer for a smaller delivery as well. So that is definitely a viable option that Horatio or Woden, I think, maybe suggested.
Yeah, I wonder why they just wanted us to skip this town. Oh well, we can give them
We could what about
maybe
Severe?
Caer Konig is paid specifically to skip this town, and it is an intertown politics thing.
Yes, but that was what I was getting to. I think maybe we should talk to Siva. Maybe get an idea on the politics.
We obviously have to talk to Siva more before reaching a conclusion.
Do you know the speaker of Caer Konig, Sveta?
I know of his name. Give me 1 second.
Let me checks notes.
Speaker Torvis.
Torvis! He's a whirling dervish.
Trovus.
Torvis.
Torvis? Yeah, Speaker Torvis.
Torvis. Torvis.
And do
He's
you
an
like him?
adventurer.
Is he a good man? Or woman?
He's got a good sense of humor. You might like him. But he's very blunt. And very drunk all the time. Well, a lot of the time.
Maybe I should meet this man.
I think maybe they have enough to drink if he's always drunk. Perhaps we should give it to... Where are we? Dinnerville.
Yeah.
I think we should perhaps press the speaker to determine what the relationship between Caer Konig and Caer Dinnerval is.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say, Horatio?
That is literally what I just said. But
Yeah.
yes, I agree.
You're still in agreement.
I agree. I'm still in agreement with myself.
Okay,
yes.
great.
So, what do you guys want to do?
Go back and talk to the speaker.
Siva, where are you? Come back in.
You're just in the waiting room, just outside.
We're coming back in.
Oh, no, wait, hold on. Yes, okay, you can enter.
We've gone for like 2 minutes. You can't... Oh, anyway.
You file back into his room and you can see the speaker who's like just writing on a piece of parchment.
Look, so we had a discussion outside, and we want to know, what's your relationship like with the speaker of Caer Konig? I haven't been to this town personally. Sveta has. Why is it you say that they don't need the mead?
Just that from merchants and travellers that have come through the town, I've heard that their taverns are full of ale, at the very least. If that's true, then whilst I won't deny that a delivery is a delivery and you have your own priorities, I would ask as a member of this town, I would plead with you then to give at least some to this town, so that we can at least stave over before other deliveries can be worked out. Maybe until the ferry gets running again. I don't know.
Have you heard this from the speaker's mouth himself, though?
Oh, we haven't had a council of 10 in some time. Last council meeting was a quite large argument between myself and a couple of the other speakers about the ferry being discontinued at this time. Not much got resolved, unfortunately.
What did the ferry stop running?
That was a good question that I would also like to know the answer to. The answer given was that it was too dangerous to continue running the ferry in such conditions. Personally, I think that is just arrogance, maybe.
Was
laziness.
Torvis on the other side of the argument?
Torvis was very firmly in my corner. The ferry is also not making deliveries to Caer Konig either. It's just that Torvis seems to have a bottomless appetite for alcohol, and it always seems to be being fed, shall I say.
I understand completely.
In any case, Speaker Daneth from East Haven, cut the ferry service, and there was little we could do, except for get into a heated argument about it.
Sorry, what was that last place?
East Haven. It's where the ferry originates from.
So, East Haven, do they hope to gain anything by the ferry being cancelled?
I don't know. I mean, it's always been a hub of trade between East Haven and the other towns that are on the loch and the river. Deliveries used to be made from Goodmead and Small Boat to East Haven first. East Haven's one of the largest cities in the 10 towns, and so it made sense to distribute from there.
It's the second largest, isn't it?
Well, according to some, yes.
Maybe it just looks different because you're small. All right.
He's got the point.
Well, Siva, we have decided to give you half of the mead.
Then
But we must be compensated fairly. And I make the coins rubbing together gesture with my fingers.
And if you've got any salves, I'm always up for a salve.
Of course, Goodmead will be fairly compensated for its service. I would not want to run afoul of Goodmead. Having no delivery is worse, as you can plainly see. Yes, a fair price can be made. I can make arrangements to the payment side. Easy enough.
And the salve side?
On the south side, potentially someone would have to ask about town. I don't think there's anything in here that would help with replenishing such supplies. Maybe someone in town will be willing to help.
Do you have an apothecary in town?
Not so much. Hobbyists at best. Those that keep poultices and herbs from the environment as more of a hobby or local medicine, but there is no official apothecary in town.
I think that should be sufficient.
Oh.
Amateur herbalists.
Speaker, we met a tiefling under the castle. Her name was Avarice. Are you aware of her?
You see him sort of look up a little bit. No, I can't say that I did. Just a tiefling? Just a regular old tiefling? We have plenty of servants in the castle that can claim that heritage.
She was an albino.
Oh, I can't say that I would have seen any such mutated type of tiefling, no. I have been kept locked up and only ever let back into my office to sign papers to another tiefling.
So she's not a regular...
No, I can't say that I've seen her before.
Another tiefling, you say? Who were you signing papers for?
The servant girl was a tiefling, remember?
Yeah, but I think that... Did this not come across with the original conversation? I think he's only been let out to go sign papers in his office, and one of them was for... if he hadn't said before, then he'll let you know it was Kadroth that he was signing papers for in this room.
Right.
So it looks like Kadroth was running things maybe from this office in particular.
Okay. Well.
In any case, is there anything else you'd like to ask me? Anything else I can do for you? I can't offer you much. Town finances are tight, and of course we will be compensating Goodmead fairly.
I don't suppose you can trouble us a meal in addition to some beds?
Absolutely. Anytime you wish to rest in Caer Dinaval, you can call the Caer your home. You will be provided with meals as well, of course. That's my guests.
Not to sound too bleak, but would you happen to have spare snow goggles, considering the bodies that we found that probably won't be needing them anymore?
Well, that is very abrupt. I'll see what I can do. No promises, though. Goggles are... Getting such craftsmanship is difficult here in Icewind Dale, as you well know. But I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Are we sufficiently wooded up? Do we have enough sticks?
I'll go to the woods soon.
It seems that you have a shield from one of my stores.
I like it a lot.
No, we bought these with us. These are ours.
I will let you keep them as a gesture of kindness.
I mean, they're our shields. Why wouldn't you let us keep... Anyway.
They have my heraldry on it.
I don't think so.
It says property of Caer Dinaval around the edges.
Nope. Anyway, best be off.
Digitated away.
He'll let you keep the shields as thanks.
Your clothes are red.
What would you guys like to do? It's probably still early afternoon at this point. Sveta, you know that it would only be a few hours to the next town, or you could decide to stay here. He's let you in as his guests. It does look like the Caer is somewhat busy, in the sense that there is a lot of cleanup to do. So people are just rushing around. Otherwise, there's not much to do.
Well, I think we could either head out straight away, or we could get a longer rest in here. But I don't know. Do we feel like we need a longer rest?
I think maybe we should wait till the morning until we head out.
Yeah.
How are we doing for spells?
I mean, I'm fine.
Oh, I'm a spellcaster, hey, guys. Guys?
You've been known to
Guys?
cast a few.
It's been one or two spells.
Spells? Yeah, I cast
Touch
a
of
few.
magic.
I've thrown out a couple of spells since we've been here.
I throw those gang signs out.
That's the
Prestidigitate like a big sign on the wall.
Wet hands.
little known fact. Gang signs are the somatic component of a spell.
There you go.
Check your cure wounds one day.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, you were checking your spells.
Yeah, well, perhaps we could, like you say, we could rest here in town for the night and set out in the morning.
I wouldn't mind getting in a quick Pilates session as well. So, but just before the sun goes down.
Quick what?
Pilates.
It's like fighting, but really slow. Just kind of hold the movements. It's exercise. It's a form of exercise.
Okay.
I like to keep fit, you know. It's been a
Sounds
couple of
fascinating.
days since my last workout.
I'd very much like to join you.
If you like, yes.
I'm going to go get wood.
Seaver just cocks his head and is like, it feels like this conversation is running away.
It's very
from
upfront of you.
So,
He's still standing there.
do you intend?
Right
I
there.
suppose you'd intend to stay here for the night. Yes. Okay. I will organise someone to deal with the shipment of mead. As I said, only half, and we will work out compensation with good mead. Apart from that, you have your run of the castle. I have a lot to do now. There is quite a lot of undoing of Kadroth's orders I need to track down and reverse. Please.
A lot of emails to unsend.
I need to recall
recall.
a bunch of emails and mail merge an apology out to the rest of the cast. If you need me, I'll be here, most likely all night, I would suspect.
Thank you.
Good
Very
day.
kind.
Thank you,
Very
Super.
kind.
And so he leaves you. Or you leave him, rather. It's his office. Is there anything special you'd like to do? Otherwise, I'll move you through to the next day. Because
Sure,
it's a
I
pretty
mean,
secure location.
I'm just chasing salve.
Yep.
I mean, I might have the means to make some of my own, even if there isn't an actual apothecary in town. Perhaps if I could track down a couple of local herbalists and get some stuff to throw together or something.
I mean, Sveta, from what Siva's description is, you'd probably have a good handle on who in town might be an amateur herbalist. Maybe you could help Horatio if you'd like.
I'll let him know, like, general locations, but I'm going to go get some wood and supplies for our trip
Okay.
before perpetual sun goes down.
Into perpetual night.
If people are less like jumpy and making scared faces at carnelians of presence, he will perhaps check around with them, ask if anybody has had some, if there's been any like talk of like people disappearing in the town, or anyone's gone missing, or perhaps maybe even someone's like crawled in with like by themselves into town.
And Woden.
Oh, just if you could point me to the Pilates studio. Otherwise, I'll just find a spot on the lawn.
You get pointed into one of the guard towers, like that lower area, and there's just mats all laid out. You see some guards doing the slow Pilates, like, oh yes, come in.
As I'm walking off, I'll say to Horatio, just join me when you're ready, as I'll pull my cloak off.
It's just
I'd lose myself
I'll be getting
briefly,
limber.
and then I regather my senses. Yes, I'll be with you soon.
okay. Horatio, then, if you've been given some advice from Sveta, basically it's out in the town. So do you want to leave the Caer?
Yeah.
Okay. And Sveta, are you just sort of looking for already cut wood, or you wanted to go cut some yourself?
I'm just gonna leave town and just go get some wood.
Okay.
I don't cut wood.
Yeah,
It's
well,
rude.
sorry. Apologies. Gather wood.
Yeah.
Okay. Cornelian, you're asking around town. Are you asking around town or just
The
in
Caer.
the Caer? Okay.
Around the people who, maybe would have been listening to his music.
You stop playing, like you sort of get to the end of a set, let's say, and you can see that most of your audience is really just the people that were malnourished, and obviously they're not in any shape to help with the rest of the repairs or tidy up of the Caer. And you approach them, and sort of now they seem to be a little bit less frightened of you in particular, and they seem to have calmed down somewhat. And you sort of talk to them one by one and ask the question you're asking. Has anyone heard of what was a disappearance?
Yeah.
In the town? And so everyone sort of, most of the time, and you're getting answers that you sort of already know you're going to get, in a way, in that people just sort of...
People always go missing, kind of thing.
Sort of, yeah, it's very general and non-specific. But as you come to the end, you get to Speaker Kranik's assistant, Lanthus, the old man that you spoke under the
Speaker
tunnels.
Kranik?
Sorry.
Crandus.
Speaker Kranik Siva
Crambo?
is his full name. So, Speaker Siva's notary, his scribe. And he's sort of like, disappearances. I hadn't given it much thought, but, yes, maybe something. As you know, I'm the scribe for the Speaker. I see a lot of the documents that come in and out of the Caer. A lot of things that even the Speaker himself probably doesn't realize come through. He handles so much paperwork. I think I remember seeing some reports of disappearances from other places in 10 towns. I can't remember specifically where, but there was an odd rash of people who were going travelling, specifically in the wilds, maybe trappers or hunters, or those maybe some of the ragged barbarians that...
Quick pause. By the wilds, does he mean like the forestry in like the center of the 10 towns, or does he mean like more to the east?
Probably more outside of, like, not in the center where the towns are necessarily, more like outside of that.
Like to the south?
No, the south is like...
Oh no, those are mountains. Sorry.
Yeah, I think you'd probably mean like out east.
Yeah. West.
Isn't west the ocean?
Northwest is the ocean. I'm looking at the map in the moment. I'm just trying to figure out what's he talking about.
Yeah, so he's not very specific in terms of where. When he says the wilds, like the central part of Icewind Dale is the 10 towns, and it would be outside of that.
Okay.
Somewhere.
You wouldn't happen to recall if that report was from a specific town?
I think it was a few reports, actually. I don't think it was from a single town. I wish I could remember for you, but maybe I can filter through some paperwork. It might take me some time, but if you're coming back through the Caer Dinaval, maybe I'll have something for you.
We should be back. We will be heading back to Goodmead eventually.
Oh, very good. Let me see what I can find. I can't promise you anything. The paperwork seems pretty scattered in Ziva's office. I suspect from that foul cultist leader who was using it as his base of operations. Everything in there would be quite disorganized right now. I suspect the Speaker is somewhat unhappy with the state of it. I'll keep an eye out and we'll go through the reports.
I would be very grateful. Thank excuse me. Thank you.
Yes, that's quite all right. I never thanked you properly for your part in saving us. I suspect you get it a lot, yes? Those that are frightened to see you right away, or otherwise.
Yeah, humans don't take kindly to things that look not like them.
Unfortunate, but true.
But I have found that even humans have a good ear for music, and thus have managed to endear myself to the people of the 10 towns with a more universal language.
Yes. Yes, your music is pleasing. Thank you again.
Carnelian will kind of like puff himself up, take a deep breath, and get ready to begin some more music.
Okay. Horatio, you're out about town. There's a couple locations that's
Man about Sal, that's me.
Secret has gotten you. I'm not going to go individually to one by one. There's a couple of places you could go. So I'm going to get you to do maybe an investigation check. See how well you're able to source the people that you're looking for. Ask about town for, where you can find them, if they have anything.
It's out networking.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
a little
much.
montage of me approaching
Little
people.
talking to them.
And some of them is like,
Very animated.
That's all right, not to worry. Like, ooh, okay.
One of them laughs.
Oh,
Another person yells at you.
And I think most of them actually kicked me out.
Yeah.
4 plus 4 is 8.
8.
Oh, yeah.
So, as the speaker said, there's no official apothecary, and the herbalists that are there are pretty like amateur. Like they take you in. They've heard that you freed the Caer, so they're wanting to talk to you, and that's okay. There's no real downside to that. You're looking through what they have. They're really not the sort of medicinal thing that you're after. I'm going to say, out of talking to everyone that you can, you're able to find 2 recharges of your kit.
Perfect, thank
That's
you.
it.
That's not bad given the situation. I'll take that.
Yeah. And it's a bunch of stuff as well that you're like, I'm going to have to do some work to this to make it actually a kit. So you probably have your evening set out for you actually already, just like, okay, I'm going to take this back and I'm going to use a pestle and mortar and I'm going to extract this and put it here and get it ready for this.
All right, and as I go back, I'm like, oh, Woden's going to kill me. I'm going to miss Pilates, but we need these cells.
And that's the only thought that you can think of as you're heading back to the Caer.
I'm so curious.
Sveta, you have maybe left the boundary of the town at this point. Where you are, let me just see. Where you are, there's not a whole lot. Unlike Goodmead, where a forest is really very close, you're only really finding sparse trees and long rolling hills. You sort of expected this from where you are. You're quite familiar with the lay of the land, but you're able to find a small, is it called a copse of trees, on a bare hill, somewhere outside of town. It's a place that you've used before as a sort of small campground when you didn't feel like actually going into the town. You approach. It gives a pretty commanding view of the rest of the landscape around you, and you feel this kind of very still air as approach. It's very cold, but there doesn't seem to be any wind. And you sort of breathe in deeply as you approach, and you can smell just the very weak, faint scent, but the wood is there. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Big stiff. Search around. I guess I'll search around for berries and herbs as well, because I know that Horatio showed me a couple of herbs, so maybe I might find some out here. And just something to eat if I can't find any sticks.
You just hear this voice echoing in your head: arrowroot.
Yes, I need arrowroot.
Roll me a survival check then.
Okay.
Monte Carlo.
Nature check?
Survival, or you could use nature if you want to identify stuff.
Monty. I'd rather use survival.
Survival, it would also be good.
Oh yeah. You remember what Horatio's score was?
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Okay.
It was an 8 for...
Unfortunately, this particular area is not really much for herbs and shrub, just a couple of trees that are clinging on to dear life. You close your eyes and you almost feel them, their old trunks, bending like towards you. Can you hear maybe on the wind a voice? You're not sure. But as quickly as you think you hear it, it fades away. All you're able to really do is pick up a couple of branches that have dropped since you last passed through here. And I'll say you're able to gather up a bundle of wood, but not the herbs that you're looking for.
Okay.
And then in a similar way, Horatio's going to be so pissed.
Oh no, what am I going
I've
to
missed
do?
his Pilates class.
Fuck is with Pilates?
No arrowroot.
No, Arut.
You guys get back to the Caer, and all you see, like, coming out of the, like, room that Woden was in, is like, he opens the door, he's just led the Pilates class, like, I'll see you next week, Woden!
Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming.
In any case, you come back, it's just like this light sheen sweat on Woden as he's exiting.
I'll be waving to the people who just joined the class. I see Horatio and Sveta returning, and I'll very pointedly say, "Thanks everyone for coming. See you guys all tomorrow for tomorrow's class. Thanks again for coming. For those who came."
Woden,
What?
I'm sorry.
Oh, did you guys want to come? I didn't even know. Anyway, I'm going to go to a quick warm down, and I'll head back inside and assume a very wide-legged split.
Okay.
I'll just be stretching out after my sesh, and I'll kind of think, man, why didn't those guys come? Do they hate me?
Seeing Woden storm back in, and I'm just going to sort of take a deep breath and sigh, and I'll probably just get on to making these salves.
You guys are all given, like, just one part of the Caer, like one of the guard tower rooms they let you have to yourself, so you can do so. Anything you'd like to do during the night. You get a more restful sleep than when you're out in the wilderness, because you feel the sort of protection of the stone around you, and it's a little bit more warm than it would have been otherwise. Night passes, and the early perpetual dawn light filters through.
Always does. Never fails.
A 5 a.m. Pilates class starts up in the other guard tower. Would you guys like to go?
Yeah, I'll take part. This is my chance to redeem myself.
The guilt's been weighing on me all night.
Alright, so you have 2 people this
Wink.
Oh, you guys came!
Woden has 2 extra people for his Pilates class.
I'll actually, when we get in there, I'll sort of take off my grey robe.
Yep.
And get ready.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking
Take off
like
my-
short gym shorts.
Oh no!
I'm talking.
So you've been
like,
hiding.
singlet, like, one of those really gym dude
Like the
singlets.
stringlets.
Oh, it's like the low
Stringlet.
sides. Yeah.
Carnelian makes no such Carnelian has no such obligations, and so will sleep in.
Woden's like very noisily gotten up. He's like, I'm just going to my Pilates class, and everyone's like, all right. Yeah. Does Sveta have a special Pilates clothing she wishes to share?
Well, no, I feel peer pressure to take off my coat. I haven't thought about what's underneath her coat, so just assume it's something, like, comfortable.
It's a spandex one piece.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Just
like a
imagining-
cat suit, like, for the cat.
For the cat.
No, it's like your, it's kind of actually similar to what Woden's wearing. Almost to a T. Because it's just basic commoner clothes.
Yeah.
But it is menswear.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The Pilates class goes off without a hitch.
How do you bend the tail as well?
I've never instructed anyone with a tail. This is new for me.
Heel.
This wasn't in my certificate too.
Okay. So you guys are now heading off from here. Is that correct?
Yeah.
In the morning, yes.
In the morning.
With slightly
Loose
less
and
weed.
limber. Giving Dogcliff a scritch on the way to the sleigh. Sled? Sleigh?
So you all, I'm going to say that you all get a chance to say goodbyes to the people that you saved. They all open the gates, and they allow you to drive outwards.
Is Dog
sled.
Boy there?
Huh?
Is Dog Boy there?
He's there. He looks significantly happier. The other dog keeper that was there seems to like also be nearby, and he's got his hands on his shoulder, like, I have now a person to distribute to teach. This 5-year-old will be my heir.
You take good care of Dog Boy, him.
I will. You magnificent man.
It's
Everyone's
Alisar, by the way.
Awesome.
It's true. It's
Oh,
awesome.
yes, Alisar.
He also now responds to Dog Boy. And also Boycliff.
Oh no!
No.
Oh, jeez.
You get a pretty hearty farewell from the town as you make your way down from the Caer, heading back to the East Road. It's a pretty short trip, actually, from here to the next Caer, and you find yourself, almost lost in just a couple of hours of pretty samey travel through the snow.
Ugh, samey.
But after a while, you start seeing in the distance a looming mountain, which would be Kelvin's Khan, and you can see the town that you're looking for, which is Caer Konig, very close nearby. You get to the outskirts of the town. You see some people shuffling to and fro from their houses. Unlike the furtive looks that you got from Caer Dineval, these people are more just trying to keep out of the cold rather than sort of suspicious glances around.
So they're not really paying us too much mind.
No, it seems that they just sort of considering you a normal delivery here.
Okay.
However, in the distance, like just as you approach the edge of town, you slow down to maybe take in a bit of the view. Maybe give the dogs a bit of a rest. And you can see, as you sort of stop and get off the sled for a bit to stretch before you continue on, there is a small mound of snow next to you. And suddenly, it seems to shake and quiver.
A quivering drift.
We will have to find out what happens next week. The drifting mound.
The Icewind Dale.
Pants up.
Give me a minute. Okay. All right.
Give me a minute. Okay. And then...
I gotta cut that out.
I want you to what?